Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Okay, human reproduction. This chapter is included in the first unit. In your NCERT book, the first unit is reproduction. So in the first unit, the 4 chapters are included. The first one is the reproduction in organisms. Second one is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. The third is the human reproduction, and the fourth one is reproductive health. Okay. So the first chapter, reproduction in organisms, no, that we already discussed. So second chapter is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So that will come under botany. And the next unit in zoology is the human reproduction that we are going to discuss today. Okay. So first, we will talk about reproduction. What is reproduction? You already have a basic idea of reproduction, right? What is reproduction then? Reproduction is a biological process in which the living organisms will produce the offspring of its own type. Okay, it is the biological process in which the living organisms will produces the offsprings. Offsprings means what? The young ones of its own type. Own type means what? The human beings will give birth to human beings only, but not the lions, but not the dog, but not any other animal. Okay. So this process of production of new generation of living organisms by the existing ones is called as what? Reproduction. Okay. So reproduction is a very essential process. Why? Because so you already studied in your first PUC the characteristic features of living organisms, right? So in that you studied reproduction is one of the fundamental characteristics of life, because the reproduction will distinguishes the living beings from the non-living things, right? Okay, so it is one of the fundamental characteristics of life, and it is very important also. Why? Because the reproduction ensures the continuity of the species. Okay, so it is the only biological process that ensures the continuity of the species. Okay, just think generally, if the living organisms will not reproduce at all, what happens? The next generation of living organisms will not be formed. Okay, so the continuity of the life forms will not occur. The whole species will become destroyed one day, right? Okay, so for the continuation of the life, reproduction is an essential process, and it is the only biological process that ensures the continuity of the species. Okay, so the question may be asked like this: name the biological process which ensures the continuity of the life forms or species, or else which of the following processes ensures the continuity of the species? They will give 4 options. Okay, so we have to choose a reproduction. Okay, so reproduction is the biological process that ensures the continuity of the species. Okay, so this is what reproduction. And the living organisms will reproduce by different means. Okay, so there are 2 different modes of reproduction are there? One is, there are two different modes of reproduction. One is asexual reproduction and the another one is sexual reproduction. So these are the two different modes of reproduction. Okay. So what is asexual reproduction? See, asexual reproduction is uniparental. Why? Because here it involves the participation of only the single parent. Because here in asexual reproduction, the young ones will born directly from the specialized or the unspecialized part of a single parent. Okay, so here only the participation of single parent, hence it is uniparental. Okay, then sexual reproduction. One more different mode, one more other mode of reproduction is sexual reproduction. This is little complicated when compared to the asexual reproduction. Okay, now, so the sexual reproduction is generally, it is biparental. Biparental because it involves the participation of the two parents. Because sexual reproduction, the sexual reproduction occurs by the formation and the fusion of gametes. Okay, sexual reproduction occurs by the formation and the fusion of gametes. Okay, what are gametes? Gametes are nothing but the reproductive cells or the sex cells. Okay, so the male gametes are called as the sperms, whereas see, the male gametes are called as the sperms, which are produced by male individuals, and whereas the female gametes are called, the female gamete is called, the egg are also called ovum. Okay, the female gamete is produced by the female individuals. Okay, so their fusion results in the formation of a diploid zygote. The zygote develops into embryo. Okay, so here the sexual reproduction occurs by the formation and the fusion of the male and the female gametes. Okay, so this involves the participation of two parents. Hence, this is generally a biparental process. Okay, see here, of the two modes of reproduction, sexual reproduction is considered as the better mode of reproduction. It is more advantageous than asexual reproduction. Why? Because the sexual reproduction will bring variations. Okay, the sexual reproduction will bring variations in the offsprings. So these variations means what? The differences between the parents and the offsprings. Okay, so these differences are mainly because of the new combination of genes. As the offspring receives the new combination of genes, that would result in variations. Okay, so variations make the organisms better adapted to the changing environmental conditions. So it increases the chances of survival of the organisms. Okay, so it is because of this reason the sexual reproduction is considered as a better mode of reproduction when compared to the asexual reproduction, and the nature always favors sexual reproduction. Okay, so these are the two different modes of reproduction. Okay, then the organisms reproduce either asexually or sexually. Okay, so generally the lower organisms. So lower organisms in the sense the bacteria, protistans, the plants and animals with simple body organization will generally reproduce by asexual method. Okay, and all higher organisms will reproduce sexually. Okay, so let's come to our actual topic, that is human reproduction. Humans are mammals and these are primates and these are unisexual and these show sexual dimorphism. Okay, so the human beings are mammals. Means they belongs to the class Mammalia. Okay, so the mammals are milk producing animals. They have a pair of mammary glands to produce the milk to feed their young ones. Okay, then humans are primates. Primates means they belong to the order Primata. Okay, so the order Primata also includes other mammals. So other mammals in the sense the apes, monkeys, gorilla, chimpanzee. Okay, so all these are other mammals which are included under the order Primata along with the human beings. Okay, so these primates will possess certain characteristic features which are not seen in the non-primate mammals. See, the non-primate mammals are like cow, dog, cat, deer. So all these are the non-primate mammals. Okay. So what are the differences between the primates and as well as the non-primates? Okay. See, primates. In primates, they are having a complex forebrain, so that they are the most intelligent animals. Whereas in non-primates, they have a smaller forebrain. And one more major difference is thumb. Okay. So the primates are having the opposable thumb. Okay. This type of arrangement enables grasping with the palm. Okay. So grasping is possible in case of primates. Okay. But whereas in case of non-primates, this type of arrangement will not be there. Okay. So grasping is not possible with the thumb. Okay. That is the major difference between the primates and the non-primates. And one more difference is in primates, the menstrual cycle will occur. Menstrual cycle will occur. So menstrual cycle means what? See, once the humans attains sexual maturity, once they reaches the puberty, what happens? In females of primate mammals, some cyclical changes will take place in the reproductive organs. Okay, so these cyclical changes that takes place in the reproductive organs of female primate mammals is called as what? The menstrual cycle. Okay. So whereas the cyclical changes which occurs in the non-primate female mammals is called as estrous cycle. In non-primate female mammals, there occurs estrous cycle. Okay. What is menstrual cycle? What exactly the estrous cycle? The difference between the menstrual cycle and the estrous cycle, that we already discussed in the last chapter. Okay. Now, human beings are unisexual. What is unisexual? Okay, the male and the female sex organs are present in the different individuals. Okay, so the individuals are having either a male sex organ or the female sex organ, never both. Okay, that is what the unisexual. Then, human beings show sexual dimorphism. What is sexual dimorphism? See, males and the females will look differently because of the different type of sex organs they possess, because of the secondary sexual characteristics they possess. Both males and females will look differently. Okay, so that they can be identified by seeing their external morphological features. Okay, they can be easily identified by their external morphological features. Okay, so that is called as what? Sexual dimorphism. Okay, so the sexual dimorphism is well marked in human beings. Okay, so the humans are primate mammals, unisexual, and they show sexual dimorphism. And what is the mode of reproduction in human beings? The only mode of reproduction in human beings is sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. So it occurs by the formation and the fusion of gametes. So human beings are sexually reproducing organisms. Then human beings are viviparous. What are viviparous? Viviparous means the animals which directly give birth to young ones are called viviparous animals. Viviparous means what? The animals which directly give birth to young ones are called as viviparous. Okay now? So, humans are primate mammals which exhibit menstrual cycle and they are unisexual. Males and the female reproductive organs are present in the different individual and they show sexual dimorphism and they reproduce sexually and are viviparous. Okay. See, the humans, once they attain sexual maturity, once they attain puberty, the events of sexual reproduction will begin. Okay. So the events in the sense what? So what are all the different steps that occur during the sexual reproduction? Altogether they are called as what? Reproductive events. Okay. So these reproductive events will begin after the puberty. So let us discuss the reproductive events one by one. Reproductive events that occur during sexual reproduction. Okay. So the first event in sexual reproduction is Gametogenesis. Okay. Then it is followed by insemination. It's followed by insemination. And the third one is fertilization, followed by implantation. Then the next step is placentation, followed by gastrulation, then embryonic development, and the last one is parturition. Okay, all these are the reproductive events that occur during sexual reproduction in human beings. Okay, we will discuss one by one. Okay, so first is called gametogenesis. Okay, what is gametogenesis? Gametogenesis means it is the process of formation of haploid male and the female gametes. Okay, so gametogenesis is the process of formation of haploid male and the female gametes. Okay, so where this gamete formation will occur? The gamete formation will occur within the reproductive gonads. Okay, and by a process of meiosis cell division. So during gamete formation, which cell division will take place? Meiosis cell division will take place. Okay, so what is gametogenesis here? The process of formation of haploid male and the female gametes within the reproductive gonads by meiosis is called as gametogenesis. Okay, so depending upon in which organisms this gametogenesis is going to take place, that is whether it is occurring in the male individuals or whether it is occurring in the female individuals, accordingly the gametogenesis is called as spermatogenesis. If gametogenesis occurs in the male individuals, it is called as what? The spermatogenesis. And if it occurs in the female individuals, it is called as oogenesis. Okay. See, what is spermatogenesis? See, spermatogenesis is the process of formation of haploid male gamete. Haploid male gamete. The male gametes are the sperms. The sperm formation will occur within the male gonad, that is the testis. Okay, so the process of formation of haploid male gametes called sperms within the testis is called as what? Spermatogenesis. Okay, the process of formation of sperms within the testis is called spermatogenesis. Okay, now oogenesis. Oogenesis is the process of formation of the haploid female gamete. So the female gamete is called as the egg or also called ovum. Okay, so the formation of egg or the ovum will occur within the female gonad, that is the ovary. So egg or ovum formation will occur within the ovary. So the process of formation of the haploid female gamete within the ovary is called as what? Oogenesis. Okay. So the gametogenesis is the formation of the haploid male and the female gametes, and is called, in males it is called spermatogenesis. The process of formation of sperms is spermatogenesis, and the formation of female gamete is called as oogenesis. Okay, so this is what the gametogenesis and spermatogenesis and the oogenesis. Okay, then after gametogenesis, this is what the first event that's going to take place, and the next process is what? The insemination. The second process is insemination. Insemination means what? It is the process of transfer of sperms into the female genital tract. So the process of transfer of sperms into the female genital tract is called as what? Insemination. Okay, see here. See, this is the sperms. The male gametes are the sperms and the female gamete is the egg. Okay, so sexual reproduction occurs by the fusion of the male and the female gametes. Okay, the fusion, that is what the fertilization. In human beings, the fertilization is internal, right? Okay, the fertilization will take place within the female reproductive tract. Okay, so for fertilization to occur, the sperms has to reach the egg. Okay, so the sperms need to be transported from the site of production to the site of fertilization. The male individuals will deposit the sperms into the female vagina at the time of coitus by his penis. So that is what the insemination. So once the sperms are deposited in the female genital tract, the next process is what? Fertilization. What is fertilization? Fertilization means the next step is fertilization. What is fertilization? Fertilization is the process of fusion of the male and the female gametes. So fertilization is the process of fusion of the haploid male and the haploid female gametes. Okay, so the gametes are always haploid. Okay, their fusion results in the formation of a diploid zygote. See, the male gamete is called. The male gamete is called as what? Male gamete is called as what? The sperm. And the female gamete is called the egg. So sperm and the egg. So the sperms and the egg, that is both the gametes are always haploid. That means what? They consist of a single set of chromosomes. They are represented by, okay. So their fusion, the fusion of gametes is also called as what? Syngamy. Okay, so their fusion results in the formation of a zygote. Their fusion results in the formation of a zygote. The zygote is diploid. It consists of two sets of chromosomes and it is represented by 2. So the zygote is single cell. Okay. So fertilization means what? It is the process of fusion of the male and the female gametes. Okay. So the fusion of male and the female gametes will result in the diploid zygote. Okay. That is what? The fertilization. Okay. In human beings, fertilization is internal. So where it occurs? It occurs within the female reproductive tract. That is fallopian tube. Okay. So, fertilization will occur in the oviduct of the females. Okay, it is internal only. Then, after fertilization, the next process is implantation. After fertilization, the next process is implantation. What is implantation? Next process is implantation. Implantation is nothing but the process of attachment of blastocyst, the process of attachment of blastocyst to the endometrial lining of uterus. Okay. So, what is implantation? What is implantation? It is the process of attachment of blastocyst to the endometrial lining of uterus. Okay. See, once the fertilization occurs, where fertilization will occur, I said fertilization is internal in human beings and it occurs within the female reproductive tract, that is in the fallopian tube, right? Okay. See, if it is a so female reproductive tract. So the fertilization will occur in the fallopian tube. Okay. So the fertilization will result in the formation of diploid zygote. Okay. So the zygote is single cell. Okay. Once the zygote forms, the zygote will keep moving towards the uterus. Okay. So this is the uterus. Okay, so once the zygote forms, it keeps its way towards the uterus. Okay, so during this journey, what happens? The zygote will start dividing. Okay, first earlier it is a single cell, right? So zygote is a single cell and it undergoes repeated mitotic division. So which cell division will occur here? Mitosis cell division will occur. Okay, the zygote undergoes repeated mitotic cell division. So the single cell first divides into 2, okay, then into 4, okay, and finally it divides and redivides to form a multicellular 16 cell stage. It results in a solid mass of cells that is called as marula. Marula is a 16-celled stage. Okay, so then the marula will develop into blastula. Okay. So the marula will develop into what? The blastula. In mammals, the blastula is called as blastocyst. Okay. So once the blastocyst forms, so this blastocyst will attaches to the innermost lining of the uterus. The inner lining is called as what? The endometrium. Okay. So, what is implantation here? The attachment of blastocyst to the inner wall of the uterus, that is to the endometrium lining of the uterus, is called as what? Implantation. Okay. So usually, see, implantation will occur after the 7th day of fertilization. Okay. Suppose implantation may not always be successful. If it occurs successfully, if the implantation occurs successfully, that is the beginning of what? Pregnancy. Suppose if the blastocyst will not implant into the uterine wall, okay, so that will not result in the pregnancy. If the implantation fails, the pregnancy will not occur. Okay, so the implantation will occur on the 7th day of fertilization. Understood? Okay, so this is what the implantation. Okay, the process of attachment of blastocyst to the endometrial lining of uterus. This was implantation. Okay, after the implantation, the next process is what? The placentation. Process of formation of placenta. Okay, so this placenta is the organic connection between the mother and the fetus. Okay, so the exchange of materials will occur through this placenta only. This is because there is no mixing up of maternal and the fetal blood. Okay, so always the materials get exchanged between the mother and the fetus through this placenta only. Okay, so the placenta will provide the nutrients, hormones and antibodies to the fetus, and it also helps in the exchange of respiratory gases, that is oxygen and the carbon dioxide, and it will also remove the waste materials from the fetus. Okay, so the placenta helps in the exchange of materials between the mother and the fetus. It helps in the exchange of materials between the mother and the fetus. Okay, so this process of formation of placenta is called as what? Placentation. Okay, then the next step is gastrulation. Gastrulation is, see, the blastocyst forms, no, the blastocyst will changes to form gastrula. So the process of formation of gastrula from the blastocyst is called as what? Gastrulation. Okay, so during gastrulation, the 3 germ layers will develop. Which are the 3 germ layers? The 3 germ layers are ectoderm. The 3 germ layers are the ectoderm, endoderm, and the mesoderm. Okay, so during gastrulation, the 3 germ layers will develop, that is ectoderm, endoderm and the mesoderm. Okay, so this is what the gastrulation. Okay, and after gastrulation, the next process is the embryonic development. The next event is the embryonic development. Embryonic development. See, once the 3 germ layers are formed, that is ectoderm, endoderm and the mesoderm. So once these 3 germ layers are formed, so these 3 germ layers will give rise to the different tissues, organs and organ systems. Okay. So, from the 3 germ layers, different tissues, organs and the organ systems are formed. Okay. So, the complete development of the embryo will take around 9 months. Okay. So, this period it is called as what? This period is called as gestation period. Okay, in human beings, the gestation period is approximately the 9 months and it is 266 days. Okay. So, by the end of the embryo, once the embryo completely develops, it is expelled out of the mother's body. Okay. So, the expelling of the fully developed fetus from the mother womb is called as what? The parturition. So, parturition is the last step in which what happens? The fully developed fetus is expelled out of the mother's body. So it is the expelling of fully developed fetus from the mother's womb. Okay. Is called as parturition. It is nothing but for the delivery of the baby. Okay. So all these are the reproductive events that takes place during sexual reproduction. Okay. So what are these events? Just recall once: gametogenesis, insemination, fertilization, implantation, placentation, gastrulation, embryonic development, and finally the parturition. Okay, so all these are the reproductive events. In our later classes, we will discuss one by one in detail. Okay, so in our next class, we will discuss the male and the female reproductive systems in which all these events will take place. Okay.